Hey everyone, happy new year. It's great to see you here today. We've made it through 2022 and now we're into 2023. I'm glad to celebrate with you today. Thank you for watching. Everyone who's watching live, I look forward to seeing you in the comments, and anyone who's watching on the replay, leave a comment underneath the video. Of course, as always, if you enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe. Appreciate your support. It helps this channel grow into this brand new year, and it should be an exciting year. It's wonderful to see you today. Wonderful comments. Good to see you. I see Terry Silver Rocks. Thank you for being a channel member. Great to see you. Marianella, wonderful to see you in the new year. Lisa, great to see you. April, great to see you today. Happy New Year. Nerd World, Happy New Year. Big T, thank you for joining today. A very, very happy New Year to you as well. Bryce Productions, wonderful to see you. Brian, good. Happy New Year. Great to see you. We all made it through last night. I don't know. Did you guys have insane New Year's Eve plans? Did you party all night? Here in Southern California, it was actually pretty rainy. It was kind of nasty outside, which is a little different. Gabe says, Happy New Year. Good to see you, Gabe. AEH, hi. And Courtney McIntosh, good to see you. Hello to you too, and Happy New Year. Stuart Young, Happy New Year. Wonderful to see you. MOTO, Masters of the Universe Thunder. How you doing? Happy New Year. Sycamore, Happy New Year. And Kim, good to see you, Kim. Happy New Year, and the Cobra family. Wonderful to see you guys. And a special thank you to our executive producer for today, which is Tig Terry Silver Rocks. Thank you for being a champion level member and being an executive producer on our video today. Thank you very much. Reluctify Stream says, hey, how you doing? Cobra Kai Karate, good to see you. Hey, Happy New Year's, everyone. And Christos, Happy New Year from Greece. Thank you so much for joining us from all around the world. What an exciting day. We're going to be going over some news regarding Cobra Kai. I know a lot of you are fans of the Cobra Kai series and the Karate Kid. We'll be going over some news. We'll see what that news means. Could be exciting. And then I thought I would take this opportunity to look back over 2022 and all the things that were fun, that I was very privileged to do with your support. It was an amazing journey with all of you. And I'm so tickled by all the things, the amazing things that happened in 2022. And I'm so happy that you're a part of them all. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you today. Yes, we are very honored. Tig Terry Silver Rocks. That's such a great name. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. And Danitza, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Happy New Year to you too. And she says, all of you watching the stream, may 2023 open a lot of doors for you. Now let's talk about John Hurwitz's last tweet. Yes, we are going to be getting to that. I think that's a wonderful New Year's Eve tweet that John Hurwitz sent out to all of us. Lisa Barrett says, Happy New Year, Ken, and everyone in the chat from the UK. Yeah, great to see all of the people from the UK saying hello. Great. You hit New Year's before us in the States. Hopefully it's going great in the UK. Terry Silver, you do rock. Totally agree. Okay, guys. Well, we're starting off a new year. Let's start off with some news.
KenCast News.
Okay, so Denitza brought up some news, some tweets. Maybe we can figure this out together because I think it's very interesting. So we're going to go back in time. We're going to go to December 24th. This is right before Christmas. And some of you joined us for the Terry Christmas live stream. A bit after that live stream, we had some interesting tweets. The first is from Evan Schlossberg, who says, Merry Christmas, Cobra Kai fans. Let's go season 6, which is fun. That's a great thing. And I celebrated Evan's tweet. It's I love the attitude. And then Hayden Schlossberg, who his brother, who is the co-creator of Cobra Kai and of course a genius and a Terry Silver fan, says this time next year, fingers crossed. Interesting. So this might mean that this is and here, I need to put this up. Hayden clarified and he says nothing official here for those making videos, just the expression of excitement. So let's talk about this for a second. Obviously, we need to go with Hayden's caveats here. This is not an official announcement. However, this is good news because this means at the very least, the people associated with the show are extremely optimistic about season 6 and optimistic even about a time for which it could come out. So it looks like Hayden is at the very least hoping for season 6 to come out around this time next year, getting back to this New Year's slot, which is amazing. I know, those of you watching today who are Cobra Kai fans, you're probably missing a new season. We got into this great rhythm of New Year's being a great release time for a new season of Cobra Kai. And it's a great time for all of us to be binging the show. I mean, a lot of us have off work. It's a holiday. It's just a great time to sit down and just watch through an entire season. So hopefully this means that if everything goes according to perhaps the wishes of the showrunners and everyone associated with the show, as Hayden is saying, maybe we'll see Cobra Kai season 6 in a year. Hopefully so. We don't have any official announcements, but the fact that there's this sort of brimming excitement maybe from the showrunners, I think means perhaps negotiations have gone well with Netflix, and they're optimistic that we will see a season 6 soon. Let's move on, and I'll get to all your comments here in just a second. Let's move on. We have this from Karate Kid Minute, and you guys might have seen this. Obviously, this was talked about by Strike First Media and Cobra Kai Nation and Cobra Kai Companion. This, guys, go ahead and listen to this. This is from Bob Dearden, who's a writer-producer on the Cobra Kai series. He's been, writing some pivotal shows for the last few seasons, and during kind of at the end of this podcast, he talks about the schedule. They ask what's going on with season 6, and he actually says, and I encourage you to go listen to the podcast, but he says that around February, they're anticipating they'll start writing Cobra Kai season 6, and that it's kind of a going back and forth between, say, Obliterated season 1, then they'll move on to Cobra Kai season 6, and then back to Obliterated season 2. So that's kind of cool. It's like this sort of TikTok going back and forth. And again, this I don't believe is an official confirmation. It sounds like everyone's mentally planning on it, at least associated with the show. So unless something really crazy bad happens with Netflix, it looks like this could happen. So we'll leave it up to you. I'm interested to get your thoughts. What do you think that means if they start writing season 6 in February? That might mean they start shooting sometime around April or May, maybe. And then, they have been so fast and efficient with producing and post-producing the show. It is possible, I think, that Hayden's wish, fingers crossed, for a season 6 release somewhere around New Year's, that seems like it could be possible. I'm interested to get your thoughts on this. And let me say, Cloud Leon, wonderful to see you. Thank you for being a member and for your super chat. Terry New Year again and all. Yes. Hopefully it'll be a Terry New Year, and we'll get to talk about that. What does that mean? Season 6, and what does that mean for one of our favorite characters, if not our favorite character, Terry Silver? So let's go into some of these questions here. Bryce Productions, Ken Cole, are you going to talk about the news that Cobra Kai season 6 might start? Yes. Okay, so that was right before. So yeah, it could happen. It could happen in February. Go ahead and listen to that podcast from Karate Kid Minute. April says, great to see you from Minnesota, April. I hope things are going well. It might be cold. I hope everything's going well up in, Montana. Is it Montana? I think it's Minnesota. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you for joining us, April. Big T, did he tweet anything about me getting out of jail? No. But you know something, Big T? We are working on that, and I have full confidence we are going to make that happen. We've got big things coming up, Big T, and you're going to love it. You are going to love it. Dylan says, hello from New York. Hey, Dylan. great to see you. Thanks for joining us from New York. And obviously, is it New York State, New York City? Were you perhaps in the Big Apple last night, watching the ball drop? April said, I'm watching you and Broncos game on TV. Hey, it's almost like we could be live commentating the Broncos game, but we're going to be doing it with movies and Cobra Kai and everything. So thanks for joining us, April. Matt, good to see you, Matt. Good evening. Wow, in the English Riviera, do you think Chosen will be back in any predictions? Yikes. Well, you know something. Chosen was such an integral part of season 5. He is thoroughly enmeshed in everything that happened. The finale, whatever crimes happened. Now, those of you who are watching this channel, I think, are aware that we're kind of exploring the idea that Chosen, Daniel, Mike Barnes, Johnny committed crimes, perhaps many more crimes than Terry Silver did. So yeah, I think Chosen is in deep with everything that's going on with the series. So I would expect that we would definitely see Chosen back for season 6, 100%. Seema, happy New Year! Great to see you, Seema. Thanks for joining us. Kim says excitement is good, gives us fans hope. Yes. Paula, oh, great to see you, Paula. Some of my favorite people in the world, the Stavrises, one of my oldest friends, Al Stavris, his wife, Paula. Wonderful to see you, Paula. Thank you for joining. You're amazing too. Mario, happy New Year. Nerd World says, all you need to do a podcast or a big live stream, I would watch it. Yeah. Marianella says, if they start writing in February, then could the season 6 premiere be on Christmas as usual? I think that's very possible. I think it's very possible. They are, the entire production crew for Cobra Kai, they are exceptionally efficient. It is amazing how fast these seasons are completed. If you track, for instance, they started shooting in season 4 in early, like I think it was February of 2020, I believe. That was incredible. And they basically everything was done months early. Like I think by the end of summer, and the entire post-production was finished. And it's pretty incredible how fast they move through production and post-production on Cobra Kai. So I think it's entirely possible that if that timetable holds, we could see it by New Year's. Of course, it all comes down to Netflix and when they want to release it. Like this year, they could have released season 5 New Year's, but for, I assume, business reasons, they wanted to move it up to September, maybe to compete with some of those other shows like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, House of the Dragon. They wanted to have something to compete against those. And, you know, Cobra Kai did very well. But if Netflix wants to go back to New Year's, I think that's amazing. I love it. Kim says that's what I want to hear. Yes. Josh, great to see you, Josh. Happy New Year. Drew and members of the Terryverse. Yes. And I want to get into that after we talk about this news. I want to go back and go through 2022 and just talk about all the great people, all the great memories, including Drew and Peter and everything, because it was a pretty incredible year. Big T says, don't fail me, Kenneth. I won't. I don't fail. Big T, that's why you keep me around, because I do not fail. Terry Johnson, great to see you. Hello, Ken. Happy New Year from Florida. Great to see you, Terry. Thanks for joining us from Florida. Hopefully the weather's nice on this New Year's. Denitza says, I wrote to John that I want to know, John Hurwitz, that I want to know more about Terry's childhood, family, and the corporate culture of Dynatox Company. Great questions. Probably his lawyers are trying to get him out of jail now. Waiting for more Thomas E. Griffith brilliant performances. And I know I'm not the only one. Yeah, I think that's a wonderful thing, Denitza. I'm glad you reached out to him because he's been very interactive with all the fans. And I think he understands just how enthralled the world is with the character of Terry Silver. Just an amazing character. And as you say, Thomas Ian Griffith, just an amazing, amazing actor to bring Terry Silver to life. And it's kind of a miracle that we have Terry Silver again with Thomas Ian Griffith. And what a great show. What a great character. 100%. Bryce Productions says, Bob said they might start filming in a few months after writing season 6. Yes. So at that point, Hilary Swank won't be pregnant anymore, so she can have a big role in season 6. Right. that's a really good point. A lot of people want Julie Pierce, Hilary Swank to be back in Cobra Kai season 6. Now, we covered on a previous KenCast about Hilary Swank being interviewed, and everyone's asking her, "Are you going to be on Cobra Kai? Are you going to be on Cobra Kai?" And she says, "No one's asked me." And I think now we know, with the benefit of hindsight, that the reason was that they hadn't gotten to a point in the story yet in the series where they would bring Julie Pierce in, and they hadn't got an official renewal from Netflix for future seasons. I'm kind of thinking that Netflix might renew Cobra Kai for another 2 seasons at once. I don't know if they'll announce that or not. But if they do that, I would expect, if you were to ask Hilary Swank soon, she may either be coy and not answer that question, or she might just smile, because I don't know. I think it's there. I think everyone associated with the series would want Hilary Swank to be on Cobra Kai. So I think so. And I think that they can figure out a time that would work for her with her pregnancy. Obviously, a very stressful time, but I'm sure that they're able to figure something out. Well, we'll see. Fingers crossed. I don't know for sure, but I think that's a good idea. Tammy, great to see you. I feel like Miguel's story is over. He's been sidelined since season 4 in the show. Well, it's kind of interesting. Season 6, I think, will be kind of a new beginning for a lot of storylines. We've seen some great resolution of storylines, particularly between him and Sam. Obviously, we have Johnny and Carmen that are going to be having a new baby. That's going to add some interesting complexity to Miguel's relationship with his family and with Johnny. It's kind of a new territory. So I would look at it as maybe new beginnings for new stories for these characters. So I can't wait to see. Lisa says, "I hope we have season 6 before the end of 2023." I think so too, and I think if the showrunners have their way, I think that would happen. We'll see. It all comes down to Netflix and whenever they want to release it. Obviously, Netflix decided to release season 5 in September, so we don't know. We don't know when a release will be until Netflix says. So we'll see. Great to see all of you. David Jarvis, hi Ken from Ottawa. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us all the way from Ottawa. April says it's Minnesota. Yes, that's right. I love Minnesota. Great state. Minneapolis, St. Paul, wonderful Twin Cities. Looking forward to season 6. That's fantastic. Terry says, "My nephew got my mom into Cobra Kai and she calls Terry a dictator." Yeah, he is. He is. I think you're right. He would be a dictator of the entire world if he could. And I think that's a very accurate thing. Now, a lot of people would love to have a benign dictator. Would Terry Silver be an intelligent, charismatic, benign dictator that all of us could benefit from if he ruled the world? I don't know. We'll leave it up to you. We'll see if that is true or not. Let me. So many great comments, guys. Let's get to one more tweet from John Hurwitz. He says, this was yesterday, an amazing tweet. And let's talk about this. "I know it's weird to have no new Cobra Kai this New Year's. It's weird for us too. If you missed season 5 in September, now's your time. A rewatch binge also scratches the itch. As for a return to the dojo, you'll know more soon. Patience, Daniel-san. For now, have a kick-ass new year." Okay, so this is interesting. This is fascinating because, kind of piggybacking off the tweets and all the optimism that we saw before, this is fascinating. For a return to the dojo, you'll know more soon. It's very vague. Cobra Kai obviously is a huge series. We've also heard rumors of things going beyond Cobra Kai. So not just Cobra Kai, but other series. I know those of us who are fans have speculated about maybe a young Terry Silver, John Kreese series, or a young Miyagi series. There could be so many spin-offs in the Miyagi-verse. So it's possible that everyone is waiting to sort of announce maybe a bigger foray into the Miyagi-verse. We just don't know yet. So maybe they have a lot to announce. I love that phrase he uses, "You'll know more soon. Patience, Daniel-san." So obviously, I don't think he'd be making this tweet if he weren't just very excited and optimistic and positive. Hopefully, he's just trying to bottle up that excitement. We'll see. I hope so, because obviously Netflix must know what they have. They have this amazing show, probably one of their headliner shows as a Netflix original, and they have an opportunity to expand not just Cobra Kai, but expand into the Miyagi verse. How exciting! How exciting! So I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Wonderful to see you all. Strike First Media, Happy New Year, Ken, and everyone in the chat. Cody, Happy New Year to you too. Anyone who hasn't subscribed to Strike First Media needs to go do that right now. Cody was one of the first people who broke this story about the Karate Kid Minute. Amazing, amazing. About Bob Dearden saying that the writers' room would be maybe starting around February for season 6. So go follow him. He is on top of all this stuff. It's great to see you, Cody. We will get back to Cody later as we kind of go through 2022. So good to see you. Thank you for joining us today, Cody. Josh says, I think Tig has long hair now. It's great news for me. More important event than New Year's Eve. Terry's back. Yeah, that's true. And we had and I feel so bad. We'll get to it in a future live stream. But Marco, who is contacted me through Instagram, and he sent me a photo. Thank you for doing it, and I'll have to post it. But just Mary Page Keller is Thomasine Griffith's wife, and she posted a picture of Thomasine Griffith walking the dogs through it looked like the, I don't know, very dark, stormy nights that we've been having here in Los Angeles. But from the back, his hair's longer again. Great clue, guys. Great clue. So really, we could see a lot. Nerd World says still want to have Andrew Garfield as a guest star. That they've been really into featuring fans in the show, so anything is possible. I would say Andrew Garfield is definitely possible. Kate Maloney, thank you for being a channel member. Wonderful to see you today, and Happy New Year's to you too as well. You're never late at a KenCast, never late, guys. If you're watching a replay, you're not even watching live, that's okay. You're watching with us. Go ahead and say hi. Give us a comment, and it's just great to see you. So great. Thank you for joining us, Kate. Wonderful. Peter says, I haven't seen you all since last year. Yes, it's a great point. We haven't. It's wonderful to see you again in the new year. And you too, Peter. We'll be going over some great highlights from 2022 in just a second, Peter. Thank you for joining us. Kate says, in my humble opinion, if Netflix hadn't spent so much money on the Sussexes and a few other failed projects, there might be more money for Cobra Kai, but what do I know? Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if it's true, but the Harry and Meghan documentary, I'll be honest, I'm not really into that, but I heard that they were paid $100 million for their involvement in that series. And you can think that that's right or wrong. Imagine what the big three could do with $100 million in Cobra Kai, and it's just so hopefully there's a lot of money to go around, and we'll see more Cobra Kai. Cape says, dang you, John Hurwitz. Yeah, I agree. Wonderful tease. But patience, right? It's a good lesson. Patience. Kim says, Ken, I've been binging on season 5 here and there. I watch other stuff. Can't get Cobra Family out of my system. Yeah, it's tough to do. You can just keep watching it over and over again. That's why I love the show. It's just wonderful to spend time with all of those amazing characters, both the legacy characters and the new characters. Wonderful chemistry, wonderful tone. Lisa Barrett, thank you for becoming a new member. Guys, memberships are available. They help support the channel. We give you some extra perks. Lisa's going to be able to at least use some emojis and chat coming out. If you want to support the channel that way, that is absolutely amazing. But guys, you don't have to do any of that. One of the best ways to support the channel is to become a subscriber. So if you're watching this now, if you've enjoyed a few KenCasts, go ahead and hit subscribe. As Peter will back me up, it's totally free. It makes you feel so good. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything going forward. We'd love to have you on as a subscriber. And then as a member, thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you for supporting the channel. We'll look forward to doing some exciting stuff in the future, in the year coming up. Arkansas Dave, great to see you. Happy New Year to you too. Wonderful, from the great land of Arkansas. Peter says, my thought is, I feel an announcement will come in January. I mentioned that in my tweet where I said it made no sense for Netflix to announce anything on December 19th, but what do I know? Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, because I think that's a good point, Peter. There are a lot of shows, a lot of things coming out. Netflix has to juggle their PR schedule, their hype schedule, when they're releasing series. And that's a tricky time. Everyone's busy during December, and Netflix has their own programming they want to get out. I think you're right with John Horowitz's tweet. He says, be patient, and patience would lend itself to January. So I think that's a great prediction. Muhammad says, this year I'll plan to complete what I have ahead, just like Terry Silver. That's right. If you've watched all my Terry Silver videos, Terry always has a plan. And so, guys, if we're going to be talking about Terry Silver, I'm always going to be coming from a perspective of his core traits. And one of those traits is that he always has a plan. He loves being in control. So think about that if you're thinking about what might happen with Terry Silver going forward in the series. Big T says, better start planning John's funeral then. Ooh, yeah. Wow. Big T. You got to be careful. It's like we can just ask him too. He's here. He's graced us with his presence, so we can ask the Big T what's going to happen. But obviously he's not happy right now, but we're working to get him out of jail. Guys, save Silver. That's what we're going to do. Robana, wonderful to see you. Thank you, Robana, for being a member. Happy New Year to you too. Wonderful to see you. Cherry says, I don't want characters dying. Once they go down that path, others will die. Yeah, I know that's been an interesting point of discussion, from me and from all our guests. We talk about, like, are they going to kill off these major characters? We kind of I think a lot of us feel that they probably won't, that it's not that type of show, maybe at the end of the series, but I don't know. With something like Cobra Kai and all these great characters and all these classic characters, it doesn't feel right. It feels like these characters should live on. I think we would all hope to see them again, even after Cobra Kai ends, and maybe some future incarnation. I love the idea of these characters living on and not having like an end point. At least these major characters that we love. So great. Mario, wonderful. Happy New Year. Great to see you, Mario. Well, guys, thank you so much. Flip the script. Happy New Year. Casey and the KCCK community. That's wonderful. Thank you. Lupo Music, great to see you. Hey, Ken and people, Happy New Year. Hope many of your projects go well. Thank you. Yeah, we've got some fun projects coming up. Looking forward to sharing that with you in the new year. So that's exciting. So I want to take a second now, guys. It's been an amazing discussion, and I want to further the discussion and go maybe back into 2022 and just review all these things that I'm thankful for, that you guys helped with, that you guys witnessed and went through with me. Let's do that. So here's our discussion.
KenCast discussion.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go back to the beginning of 2022. And of course, I have to say, what was absolutely amazing was the return of Terry Silver. Terry Silver, as you know, guys, I had a video that took off, Why Terry Silver Rocks. This was like right before season 3 was released. And we have Terry Silver come back in season 4. I speculated that they would bring him back, and they did. They brought him back in amazing fashion. And I think, to the surprise of everyone, there were so many doubters. So many people thought that Thomas Ian Griffith would never come back, but he did. And really, just what a thunderous force. What a performance. It was just amazing. So many fans, so many of you, along with me, were just so excited to have him come back. And so really, what a great way to start off 2022. And I can't believe we've seen so much Terry Silver in the year 2022. So I think that's what I'm thankful for. can't imagine it would have ever happened. I've said this before. Growing up, Karate Kid 3 was a movie that not many people talked about. If they talked about the Karate Kid movies, they tended to talk about the first one. No one really talked about Karate Kid 3, and no one really talked about Terry Silver. It was tough for Terry Silver fans to find any content on him. And when the Last Row podcast with Drew and Badway, when they did a podcast in 2015 on Terry Silver, that was really the only in-depth content on Terry Silver that existed, up until, very recently, a few years ago. And then obviously I decided to make the case for Terry Silver, why he's amazing and why he should come back. But it's just amazing to know that the big three, John, Josh, and Hayden, had Terry in mind, even from season 1 when they name dropped him in episode 7 of season 1. Really amazing. Cara Ann Marie, who we got to meet this year, who I got to meet and interview, wonderful, wonderful actress, wonderful person. She was the one who got to name drop Terry Silver. Very, very cool. So yes, Terry Silver, we have to give props to Terry Silver. Next, Cobra Kai. So Cobra Kai came out in late 2021, but really was meant to release coincident with season 4. So 2022, it was amazing to have that out while Terry Silver was, released into the world. And what an opportunity to work with David Chatraw, Tommy, you could say Tom Cole, and me being Ken Cole. If you haven't seen Cobra Kai, you should definitely check it out. It was so much fun to do. And not only David Chatraw, you can see he's practicing his martial arts in the background. Obviously, Daniel's nemesis, card dealership nemesis, and we have Marissa, played by the amazing Tiffany L. Just an incredible production. And we can see Dave Srock. He's here. He was DP, really working his magic on this project. It was just a lot of fun. So that was an amazing event. So then we got to Paley Fest. So this is in April, and I was very lucky, guys, because Peter Bonasak from Cobra Kai Companion asked if I could help him out, and obviously I'd been listening to his podcast, Cobra Kai Companion, watching all of his stuff. And it was just absolutely amazing that he would contact me and reach out. I live in the LA area, so he wanted some help covering Paley Fest. So this was just an amazing day. So let me put this back up. Peter actually took this picture. I got to meet Sensei William Christopher Ford, who's standing in the back. He played Dennis in Karate Kid 3. Just an amazing guy. And obviously I've talked with him, and he's a great friend, very talented in many ways. Mikey Graff, wonderful to meet him too. He came down with Peter. They were doing a tour, not just Paley Fest. They were doing a Back to the Future tour, and just amazing people. Wonderful to meet them. And then here we're recreating the poster for Breakfast Club. So this is fun. And this is William Christopher Ford with Mikey. You see there, P. Lonnie and Peter and P. Lonnie's daughter. Really, really so much fun. This is the red or black carpet from Paley Fest. You can see me. You can't quite see Dave to the left, but you can see me talking with Peter. We really had a great setup. Very proud of it. I think it was the only station that had 2 cameras going. So we really covered it really well. Peter did an amazing job. There's Dave Srock. He's an amazing cinematographer. And really did a fantastic job. We got him out for this day. He did a great job. And then behind him is Amber, my wife. And so here's me. I was doing a little fun pre-interview with Peter before the show. And then so here he is, warming him up. We're getting ready to see all the amazing celebrities. We saw John, Josh, and Hayden. Peter interviewed them. This was my birthday, so it was amazing. I got to meet John, Josh, and Hayden, and they wished me a happy birthday, which was very cool. Very cool. Peter I didn't get to meet, but I got to see all these people. Peyton List. Peter was interviewing Peyton List. Thomas Ian Griffith. Peter pointed me out to Thomasine Griffith. There's a video on this, which was really cool. And I got to meet Thomasine Griffith, Terry Silver, just an amazing, amazing guy, amazing person, as well as an amazing actor. Very, very cool. This was a cool moment when William Zabka and Ralph Macchio thanked Peter for all the work he'd done fostering the fandom of Cobra Kai. Very well-deserved moment, very cool moment. And then Peter interviewing Mary Mauser, Tanner Buchanan, Jacob Bertrand, and then we got to see this amazing Paley Fest with this panel with all of those actors. This is at the Dolby Theater. You know, this is where they hold the Oscars. It was really a fantastic venue, and what a fun day. And got to meet Hayden Schlossberg, obviously genius, great guy. He posed for a picture. And then this is Christine Tigdaly. I got to meet Christine for the first time at Paley Fest, which was fantastic. And we'll get back to that in just a second. I want to get back to your comments. So that was just, Paley Fest was just so much fun, and very happy, not only and thankful for Peter and Dave and Amber and everyone who worked on that and everyone I met. Wonderful day. But I'm very happy that all of you guys got to join in too. And what we're hoping to do is, if we're in a location where these things happen, we can broadcast them, live stream them, and you can join us. If you're not able to come meet us in person and be there, you can watch through the live stream. So that's what we're hoping to do. So Peter says, shout out to Dave and Amber. Yes, they did an amazing job. Lupo Music, I remember Peter introducing you to Thomas E. Griffith. What a great day. What a great day that was. 100%. Terry says awesome images. Yes. Kate Maloney, Cobra Cole's a priceless gem we needed but don't deserve. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was so much fun to do, and I get tickled even now every time I see it. It was just such a fun thing. Nerd World says Terry Tom Cole for season 6 and destroying LaRusso car dealership. Yes. Marinella, second season of Cobra Cole, Ken making plans to get Big T out of jail. Yes. Hey Dennis, that's right. Reluctify Streams. Awesome. Thank you, Reluctify Streams. Seema says, I remember watching your Paley Fest stream. Yes, Peter streamed it all. It was just a great day to bring it to everyone, so everyone could watch that. Big T, what a magical day that was for you, Kenny boy. It was a magical day, Big T. It was very magical, and I want to thank you and your essence as a character for making that possible. Josh, Tom Cole, I missed the character in season 5. I hope a big surprise with Tom Cole and Terry against Miyagi-Do. Last card of Tom Cole didn't play yet. Yeah. And, you know, I think there might be more for Tom Cole. You know, pay attention to his last name, and, you know, pay attention to the other characters that Terry mentioned, say in Karate Kid 3. There's Willie Cole, who was the DA. Obviously, Terry's in trouble right now. I don't know how much I should spell that out, but it seems like the Coles might be involved somehow in the future. Who knows? I don't know. Tig Terry Silver rocks. I bet the greatest moment for you in 2022 is meeting Thomas and wishing you a happy birthday. Yeah, it's hard to top that. That was really an amazing moment. But as we'll see going forward, there were so many amazing moments. But yeah, I think you're right. This was incredible. It's just something I never thought would happen. Never thought I'd get a chance to beat Thomas E. Griffith, and it was just really, really incredible. That's right, Peter. That was a fun day, man. That was a fun day. What a great day. Happy New Year, Big T. See, he's not a bad guy. He's wishing everyone a happy New Year. Bryce Productions, are you going to make a video on the original story of Karate Kid 3 with Dutch burning down Miyagi's house? Yeah, I'm thinking about how to do that, because that could be a fun video. I'm trying to think of a way to do that in an entertaining way. Because yeah, there was this version of Karate Kid 3, this script, by the way, that was by all accounts thrown out immediately. Like, this was never, I don't think anyone intended to produce this. It's just they brought in a different writer to try to write a Karate Kid 3, and then they immediately went back to Robert Mark Heyman and asked him to write it. So it would be interesting to look at that though, that script, and see what you think. I don't know. Would it have been better to go that way? I don't know. It was pretty wild. I'll say that it was a pretty wild script. Terry says, "I wish I'd asked Thomas if he wanted Terry to remain a villain or get another redemption arc." That's a good question. That's a good question. He may say that Terry was never a villain to begin with. I don't know, but we'll see. Kim says, "Terry, thanks for the heads up. I want to give him a keepsake from a Terry fan." Yeah. Kate, do you really think breaking the big T out of jail will right the wrong of the Terror Bear incident? Oh, yes. You know me so well, Kate. Yes. For those of you who don't know what the Terror Bear incident is, check out Cobra Kai. You'll get to see what happened with the Terror Bear. Everything I do, I hope will right the wrong of the Terror Bear incident. That's right. Lupo Music, can you imagine Tom Cole and you receiving Terry Silver outside jail in season 6? Yeah. I love the idea of the Coles as set up in, you can decide whether I'm related to them or not, but Cobra Cole might kind of point you in a certain direction if you watch that. But yeah, it's just we've got two Coles in the Miyagi-verse right now. Tom Cole and Willie Cole. Willie Cole was, at least in 1985, the DA on who was in charge of maybe prosecuting people like Terry Silver. And so, is he still the DA? Is he still working the office? He very well could still be there. So, can Terry pull some strings to get himself out of jail? I don't know. We shall see. Okay, so let's keep going. So the next event was the Live and Badass event, which was just absolutely amazing. This was in downtown Los Angeles. I got to meet Cara Ann Marie and do an interview. And she was just absolutely fantastic, very funny, great actress. And we got to interview her again on the Epic live stream. I certainly hope we can see Sue from the All Valley Committee again in a future season of Cobra Kai. But here's kind of the venue where people were kind of filing in. They had all three dojos represented there on stage. Very epic, very cool. This is after the event. Got to meet Courtney Hengler. She was really amazing. She stayed with the fans, and I think I was the last picture she took, but she was willing to stay and take a picture and meet everyone, which was just so classy, so cool. Very, very cool. So it was amazing getting to meet her. Okay, so this we'll go back because that is a whole separate thing coming up with Drew the Cobra Kai Kid. We had an amazing time. Peter says, I need to rewatch When Harry Met Sally. It's that time of season. 100%. And guys, I hope for everyone just joining now, I hope you're having an amazing New Year's. It's great to have you here and we can kind of celebrate together. If you're just joining, we are looking back on 2022, at least from this channel's perspective and everything that we got to see and I got to see and share with you in 2022 before we look forward into 2023. Thank you for all of your comments. Josh says, Mr. Cole in Karate Kid 3, Tom Cole in Cobra Kai series, and Ken Cole cameo like a member of the Cole family in season 6. I think it would be amazing and a great tribute to Cobra Cole. Well, Josh, what a nice thought. That's amazing. That touches me. What a great comment. That would be so much fun. So thank you. Thank you so much. Let's continue. So later in June, I got a call from Drew, the Cobra Kai Kid, and he wanted to do kind of like a behind the scenes documentary of the Enter the Dojo concert. This is with Zach Robinson, Leo Bierenberg, and their whole band. And then this Vince DiCola was going to open for them. Just an amazing thing. So Drew came down to LA and we're still working on it. So we haven't released all the music. We haven't released, anything much from that yet, but that was just an incredible experience. This is me and Drew standing in front of the original pool in Reseda, Daniel's pool that was not full at the time. So this was really cool. We went to that apartment complex and we toured around. We did a lot of fun stuff. We went to some different locations. That was a ton of fun. This is from the rehearsal for the concert. You can see Zach Robinson in the middle, and then flanked by Drew on the left, and then me on the right, and then Leo Berenberg is to the left of Drew there, and then the rest are the band. And it was just absolutely incredible to cover this rehearsal for the concert. It was just an epic concert. It is really amazing to hear all of the Cobra Kai music, which is so genius and so well put together live. There's just so much power and so much energy, and the music melds so seamlessly into the series. And I don't think you realize until after you see it and witness it by itself live, just how important that music is to the series and how much of the soul of the series is in that music. Those guys do an amazing job. They do an absolutely amazing job. This is at the concert. This is me with Joe Esposito, who sang "You're the Best" live, which was pretty incredible. This is me with Vince Nicole on the left and Zach and Leo at the concert. It was really cool meeting them. Here's Gianni DiCenzo. The second time I met him. Really fun guy. He was at the concert. A lot of people, a lot of the cast was at the concert. Josh Heald, genius and co-showrunner of Cobra Kai. Got to see him again and take a picture. Very cool. And there was one other picture. I don't know if we'll get to it eventually, but yeah, it just an incredible show. If you watched the marathon, the epic live stream marathon, we played some music. We played some segments from the show during that live stream marathon. Just really an electric event. Gabe says, I love Drew. His passion for the show is off the charts. It really is. And that's one thing Drew, the Cobra Kai kid, just relentlessly positive, very motivating, amazing ideas, innovative. The Cobra Kai kid, just very cool, amazing guy to hang out with. We spent 3 days together, like all day, and he's just an absolutely amazing guy, fun guy to spend time with. So cool. So that was pretty cool. I remember seeing that video too. Yes. VCG says Cobra Kai brings so much happiness for everyone, and that's something to be grateful for. We are the best. Yeah, we absolutely. Lupo. Ooh, I didn't expect Joe Esposito. Yeah, really an amazing job. And as someone else broke that, I can say it now that Joe Esposito is actually, I don't know if it will be in the future, but I know he's working on potentially a song that would be Johnny's version of "You're the Best" for the Cobra Kai series, which is cool. So I don't know anything about that. I don't know if it's been approved. I don't know if they're going to go in that direction, but I think it's so cool that Joe Esposito is working on a song like that. Nerd World say, Drew is the most passionate Cobra Kai person I saw, but we're all passionate about Cobra Kai. Yeah. And I think that's the great thing about Drew is he really embodies a lot of our passions. Like he's so excited. He has so much energy that he creates all this great stuff. So yeah, Drew, Cobra Kai kid, very cool, very much worth a follow if you don't follow him yet. Shannon says, I want to see Snake and Dennis again too, but I don't know, is John Albertson still working? You know what you should do? Check out my interview with William Christopher Ford. I did a 2-part interview on my channel where he just talked about his life and he talked about working on Karate Kid 3, and he talks about John Albertson. And I guess right now we're not too sure where he is. He's out there somewhere. We're not sure where he is, but I don't know. Sensei Ford and I talked about maybe trying to find him. I don't know. Would you guys be interested in trying to find John Albertson? That would be cool. Snake. Josh, the field next to Rosita Complex where Johnny and Daniel run and fight now are apartments. Yes, they are. It's so funny just to see what stayed the same and what's different. Like those apartments look very much the same as they did in the movie, but everything around there has developed a bit. So there's no field. It's all developed into apartments. Kate Maloney says there has to be a Johnny and Carmen wedding, and I'd love to see Chosen show up and with Kumiko on his arm. Indeed, we could see Kumiko again. They definitely teased that. If Kumiko is also in love with Chosen, who knows? She may be. And I would love to see Chosen. Okay, and then we need baby girl Dance Lawrence. Yeah, what would Johnny do with a daughter? I think that'd be kind of cool. Well, we shall see. Robana says, speaking of the Cobra Kai music, the Terry Silver theme from the video game is fantastic. Okay, now that is something I have been waiting for a bit. Hopefully, that game, Cobra Kai 2, Dojo's Rising. I was waiting for it to get patched, and maybe some of you who've played it can tell me if they've updated it and made it, because I know that there were a lot of bugs. So I was waiting until that to get it and play it. But yeah, those guys do an amazing, amazing job. Zach and Leo did the music for both the video games. Really, really fantastic. Mario, how do people join you on your live streams? Do they book you or do you invite them? Oh, I invite them. So people I know, fellow content creators, that's or guests. It's I reach out to them. So we're looking to hopefully do a lot more interviews, discussions with personalities here in 2023. So stick around. Let's see. Kim, been loving all the Terry edits. Thank you. You're very welcome. Peter says, in my opinion, You're the Best is a song they would wait until the last season to use. When asked previously, the big three would say they're waiting for the right moment, perhaps the moment of truth. Anyway, they'll use it and Johnny's version in the end. Very cool. I like that. I like that, Peter. I like that. Aurelio says, thank you for being for a member, Aurelio. Really appreciate it. I hope the writers introduce the love quadrilateral storyline of Daniel, Ali, Kumiko, Amanda, and turn this thing into Spanish novella. Can't disagree with that. I mean, there is so much potential for just craziness as far as these storylines go. It's part of the fun of the show. It's great. Peter says, kind of like how they use both versions of Cruel Summer. Yeah. I like that, Peter. That's fantastic. Nerd World says, Diaz Lawrence boy, maybe Tommy after his dead friend. Oh, that's nice. That's kind of touching. That's touching. Let's see. Robana says, still waiting for Ken to interview Thomasine Griffith on a KenCast. Wow. Well, hey, that could be a wish for 2023. That would be amazing. I'm not going to deny it. That would be a cause for celebration. Just amazing to talk to him. He's just very, not only is a great actor, but he's very thoughtful, extremely creative, and just has so much to say. He's just very captivating to listen to as well. So yeah, that would be fantastic. Lupo Music says, I remember Joe Esposito saying that we're using the You're the Best song in the show, but I think he confused it with Netflix trailer version because that happened in season 3. Yeah, exactly. As Peter was saying though, like that is definitely an incredible song, and the big three are just waiting for the right moment to use You're the Best because it's so iconic, that you have to wait to the right moment, and you don't want to use it too soon, because then you've used it. You want to build towards something really amazing for that. So let me continue here. 2022 was just an amazing year, including the ramp up to season 5, which was so much fun. Those of you might remember I did with Rich Baker, comedian, improvisational comedian, writer. It's always amazing to have Rich on, but he kind of co-hosted this where I did a live stream from the Terry Silver billboard on Sunset Boulevard, which was so much fun. We did it live from the billboard. And there's Drew, the Cobra Kai kid, saying hello. Yeah, it was pretty incredible. And we saw, I think, 3 of the billboards there. Just a surreal moment in my life to see Terry Silver on a billboard in Hollywood. Very, very cool. Got to meet Dennis, Sensei William Christopher Ford, at the Grove. They converted one of the stores, or one of the former stores, into a Cobra Kai dojo. And this was an amazing live stream that Peter co-hosted with me and had me go and test things out and try to open doors and all that kind of fun stuff. But we ran into William Christopher Ford, which was so funny. He played Snake for just a little bit of it. Obviously he was Snake in Karate Kid 3, but we had a really fun discussion there. That was a lot of fun. Check those out if you haven't seen them. This was at the premiere We're waiting in line. So this is me, Amber, and Anne, who's been at like every single event, fan event ever. And we are going into the premiere where they would show the first 2 episodes of Cobra Kai season 5. This was 2 days before the premiere. This was on September 7th. We're in our Miyagi-Do Cobra Kai gear. And if you'll remember, we did some live streams from the event. You can still go back on my channel and watch those live streams. Here, we're kind of looking towards the VIP section. You can see sort of the red carpet they had set up in the middle. And all the guests would arrive. And it was really just an amazing event. All the showrunners, the cast, the crew, everyone associated with the show was there at the event. Everyone. And it kind of, those of us who were there, we saw certain people show up and we knew, oh, like for instance, Robin Lively. She was there on the red carpet and you went, oh, okay. We're going to see Jessica Andrews in season 5. That was pretty fun. Pretty fun. So I hope they do something like this again in the future. You can see downtown LA in the back. It was just a really great night. And then this is me with the actual Eagle Fang minivan that William Zabka and Ralph Macchio, when they arrived at the premiere, they were in this. They drove this Eagle Fang minivan, and just very cool that they parked this out so the fans could go take pictures with it. I so much want to see this driving around the real valley. It would be so incredible. And let me see, is this okay? So we'll get back into the other things of the year pretty soon, but I just want to take a break and thank you guys throughout all of this. Obviously, it's fun to do this, but it's fun that you're watching and interacting too. And I think it's fun that through technology, through the internet, we can take you with us to these events and you can attend too. That's really important to me, is sharing this with as many people as possible. So thank you guys. Nerd World said, love the premiere live stream. Yeah, you guys hung in there while I was ordering chicken tacos and everything. So Terry, you guys were so lucky to be there. Yeah, and maybe someday, who knows, they'll start doing events not just in LA, but for those of you who aren't in the LA area, hey, I'm happy to do it. It's fun to bring you guys to LA. Josh says, I think Dennis, Snake, and Dutch, in my opinion, they appear, if Terry and Kreese would work together, and Terry will lose all his money. Those are 3 amazing characters that I hope somehow can appear in Cobra Kai: Dennis, Snake, and Dutch. And I'll be honest with you, I just saw a movie. Some of you may have seen this movie. I know this is kind of a deep, kind of like maybe I'm digressing a bit, but Martial Law. Okay, it's a 1991 movie starring Chad McQueen. It has Chad McQueen, Cynthia Rothrock, and David Carradine as the villain. Just, if you're into martial arts movies, especially like that kind of fun direct-to-video style movie from the early 90s, that is a must-watch. It's probably, of a movie that went to direct-to-video, it's probably the best I've seen as far as an action movie. And you get to see Chad McQueen, and he does a lot of martial arts in it. You get to see him play someone completely different than Dutch. And so I know that he has said, or his family said, that he's not planning on being in the Cobra Kai series, but I'm hopeful that somehow he might change his mind and appear, because we would all love to see Dutch. And of course, I think Sensei William Christopher Ford would be amazing to have back as Dennis. And if we can find him, John Alvinson as Snake, because those 3 people are all very important to Cobra Kai, the school, the fighting style. So yeah, we'd like to know what happened to them. So Chris Klotz, wonderful to see you again, Chris Klotz. Thank you so much for being a member, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. Chris has been there since the beginning, and I really appreciate all your support, Chris. And we will talk about storm chasing in a little bit, because I want to talk about what 2023 has in store. Daniel, it's great to see you. Happy New Year. Wonderful to see you, Daniel. Thanks for joining us today. CMS says, I love that you share with us the only way I can experience them. Absolutely. And if there are things that you guys want to see, I'm happy to do them. I was actually thinking of doing more KenCasts, maybe on location, weather permitting. Obviously, it's been kind of in a rainy pattern here in Southern California, but I can very much do KenCasts from the locations of the movies and just fun things like that. So if there are things that you'd like to see, we can do it. We can do it. That's why I'm here. I'm here to celebrate with you guys. Flip the Script says, I really enjoyed your premiere live stream, Ken. Thanks for taking us there with you. Oh, it's great to have you there. Mario says, Dennis and Snake, maybe, but Dutch, he's not an actor anymore. Yeah, well, you never know. If he decides to do it, I'm sure he obviously could do it. But fingers crossed that somehow, I know it's like a 5% chance, but it would be great for Chad McQueen to come back. And Lupo says, I mean, they brought Thomas C. Griffith back. Can expect anything from the big three. Yes. And they put together such a quality show that I think if anyone has the slightest inclination that they want to perform in a show, they would want to be in Cobra Kai, 100%. Another thing, guys, you may have joined us for our epic live streams. We basically did 2 over the past year, one right before the release of season 4 and one before the release of season 5. And I have to give a shout out to Drew Rohali. You have seen him not just in these epic live streams, you have seen him in KenCast Live, just non-live interviews. He's just an incredible talent, very knowledgeable about movies. He's co-host of the Last Row podcast. We've been lucky enough to have Badway on, his co-host, a few times as well. Just absolutely fantastic. And he was there the entire we did 7 straight hours of live streaming before the release of season 5, and always excited when he comes on. He was just absolutely fantastic, and this live stream was so much fun. We had Sean Kanan. I know you guys maybe saw that interview. He came on, talked about his appearance in Cobra Kai season 5. Just always great to talk to Sean Kanan, and he did a fantastic job in season 5 as well. Mark Kerr, Let's Be Water, was on, got to talk with him. Just one of the absolute great artists of the Miyagi verse. He does fan art, but he's a professional genius graphic designer. So it was just amazing to talk with him about his work, and he stepped us through some of his pieces. And go back and watch the live stream, the epic live stream. It's just an incredible segment where he talks about his work. Just a great moment. Stripe the Warrior, you saw him not just in the epic live stream, but Strife, we did video games. We played Shredder's Revenge. We talked about, I got to guest on his channel talking about Resident Evil and video games and other things, but he provided a lot of analysis. We talked about Mike Barnes quite a bit. We did a lot of character analysis. We talked about Rocky. We talked about all kinds of things. Definitely follow Strife the Warrior. He's great. He has amazing analysis videos. Very thankful to have him on board. We had a really great time where we interviewed Cody, Strike First Media, who was in here earlier. So Cody, that was great. And then Cobra Kai Nation, amazing. That was like the first appearance on this channel, Shamoon, and I'm looking forward to having him back at some point soon. I think we might have some news coming up about Cobra Kai. I would love to get his thoughts on all of it. He does such a great job with his channel. Also, I didn't talk about this. I am a huge fan of Weird Al Yankovic. And so I got to see him in concert again, where he got to play some of his lesser known songs. And that was just absolutely fantastic. And I bring that up because not only am I a fan, he's the only musical artist that I have. I have all of his albums, Weird Al Yankovic, but the new movie Weird on Roku was actually scored by Zach and Leo, who do the score for the Cobra Kai series. So it's kind of an amazing connection, and they really did an amazing job with the score for Weird. So check out Weird on Roku if you have the opportunity to. After that, some of you, let me bring this up. Chris Klotz, thank you. My goodness. Thank you so much for all your support. Thanks for the super chat. KenCast from a Dominator. Ooh. Oh, wow. That would be something. I'd have to talk to Reed Timmer about that. For those of you who don't follow storm chasing, Reed Timmer, like the most famous storm chaser in the world. I've done a lot of documentaries, and I've done multiple. Actually, I did a show. I was showrunner about Reed Timmer, and we graduated together from college. and he drives into tornadoes with the Dominator. And so Chris is asking for a KenCast from inside the Dominator. Maybe as we intercept into a tornado, I don't know. We would almost have to do that at some point. I love that idea. Love that idea. Thank you, Chris. And then also, Drew's awesome. Yeah, he is. He's super talented. Kim, Sean Kanan live streamed. He's fine. Yeah, Sean's an amazing guy. Lupo, the fan artist with the greatest ideas. Let's Be Water, Mark Kerr. He's fantastic. He just got an amazing new job. So huge congratulations to Mark Kerr. He also did the poster for Cobra Kai. An amazing job. So definitely check out all his work. Follow him if you don't. Kate says, my daughter did not want to see the Karate Kid movies or Cobra Kai, but I brought her in kicking and screaming. One episode turned into all the seasons and movies. It's a testament to the greatness of the big three. Yes, they really hit something out of the park with Cobra Kai. If you haven't seen it, I do a video kind of analyzing why Cobra Kai works, and I compare and contrast it to the Star Wars sequels and maybe why they didn't work as well. And they really did some amazing things to Big Three to make Cobra Kai just a legacy sequel that works. In this age when so many people are trying to do legacy sequels, they did it correctly. They did it well, and it appeals to everyone. And so check out that video and you'll see my ideas as to why that works, why Cobra Kai works as a sequel to the Karate Kid movies. So Terry says, for me, I love it all, YouTube and Netflix. Yeah, absolutely. Let me step through some more things that happened. So we had, if those of you remember, I went to Washington, D.C., obviously to push the case for saving Silver. We got to get Terry Silver out of jail. So I wanted to try and meet the president and all the top leaders in this country to try to get him out of jail. Fortunately, no one was really interested in meeting with me except for the energy lobby, the oil lobby. For whatever reason, they were very receptive to helping out Terry Silver. But that was a really fun live stream. Got to go up the Washington Monument. And thank you for everyone who joined us. We had actually a comment from Hayden Schlossberg saying, voicing his support for Terry Silver in the future. So I'm always excited when Hayden voices his support for Terry Silver. I know that we have a chance of making a difference of getting him out of jail, getting Terry Silver out of jail. We have to save him. I also got to meet Cody. Here's Strike First Media. Really great to have dinner with him in Boston. Just fantastic meeting Cody. Definitely follow Strike First Media. Just a really cool guy. And then also got to meet Mike, Cobra Kai Wisdom, in Washington, D.C. We discussed our plans for getting Terry Silver out of jail. They're still confidential, but Mike is a lawyer. He is very intelligent, and I think we have an amazing game plan for getting Terry Silver out of jail. So that was very incredible. So that's kind of just a recap. There's so many more moments, so much I'm personally thankful for, but just some incredible moments from 2022. I just want to go through that because some of you have really been around since the beginning, and some of you have just kind of joined recently. So I wanted to kind of give everyone a sample of just what an amazing year 2022 was. From this channel and from my own experiences. So thank you, everyone. Nielsen Studio, it's easy making a sequel from an old movie. Well, it's interesting. Check out that video because you can make a sequel, but I think it's difficult to make a well-loved sequel. It seems like it's very easy to make a sequel that is very divisive among fans. And that's the one thing about Cobra Kai that's so different from all the other legacy sequels is that it's almost unanimously loved by everyone who enjoyed the original Karate Kid movies. And it has a brand new fan base all its own. That's very unique because a lot of movies, a lot of sequels to big IP, franchises, they're very divisive. Fans are split. Like hate is so big on YouTube. It's like its own industry, like making movie analysis videos about why the new versions of things are bad. Star Wars is just one example. People have been talking about the Lord of the Rings series, the Willow series, all of these things. People really have very strong feelings, very divisive feelings about these legacy sequels. But Cobra Kai is the one that has done it. And so check out that video actually, and I give you 7 reasons why I think it worked for Cobra Kai. Flip the script. This is a KenCast live stream, not a knitting class. Yes. Yeah, that's right. I can't just drop a challenge and leave. Not at all. Yes. Marianella, hashtag save silver, hashtag free Terry Silver. 100% Marianella. Yes, we will make it happen. Noir, I hope past original characters make cameo appearances. I really loved early on seeing Allie, Bobby, Kreese, and then Mike Barnes joining Chosen. I hope so too. I think they're going to keep it up. And I look forward to it'd be interesting, I think, if Bobby meets Daniel again. I'm wondering what their reaction, what their relationship would be. So many great possibilities. Kate Maloney says, I've asked my daughter, is Cobra Kai what the Star Wars sequels should have been? She thought it over and replied, yes. I know it hurt her to admit it, but it's true. Wow. Very good. Yes. See, it's there's something magic about Cobra Kai. They did it right. And it was not there's so many ways Cobra Kai could have gone off in a weird direction, and it didn't. It was just absolutely fantastic. The big 3 did an amazing job. Nielsen Studios, Star Wars sequels makes me angry. Yes. Kim says, yes, Ken, I'm a product of the original Karate Kid movies in the 80s era. It's been so much fun being a fan. It is. Seema says, thank you. I love you and all the Cobra Kai content creators you've met and worked with. I have a hard time binging shows, but Cobra Kai is amazing and I love the community. Thank you, Seema. I really appreciate it. It means so much to hear that from all you guys. I'm so glad that we can kind of connect on the internet and kind of share all these moments. Peter says it's the power of Miyagi and keeping his spirit alive. Yeah, and I think that's the key thing. They really kept Miyagi as the central force in the Cobra Kai series. He's there. They constantly bring him up and his energy is there. And that's what made the Karate Kid movie special. And they kept that for the Cobra Kai series. Yeah, I agree. Nelson Studio says, some nostalgia fans too spoiled because the sequel's too old. To old movies, it's not like the original. Yeah, I think that's true. Maybe some fans are a bit entitled. Maybe some of the criticism is unfair, but I don't know. This is one. I mean, it was about 35. What was it? 35 years later when it first came out. I think about somewhere around there. And wow, they knocked it out of the park. Cobra Kai just what an amazing job getting everyone back after all those decades, and it just worked. Very, very cool. Tig Terry Silver Rocks asks, what will happen to Kreese now? It's a good question. So he just escaped out of prison. It looks like the cops are thinking that he was innocent because of Stingray changing his story. That's a whole other discussion too. I don't think Stingray should be trusted as a witness at this point. But so what happens? Well, Kreese, at the very least, he escaped prison and he also assaulted, prison guards, doctor. So those are separate crimes. So I think they are still going to be trying to find John Kreese. And as of right now, he's a fugitive. So where does he go? I don't know. What is your speculation? What does Kreese do at this point? Does he stay in the United States? Does he try to make connections with people? Does he use his special forces training to evade law enforcement? Or does he try to flee the country and go someplace else? Perhaps he tries to head off Terry Silver at the Sekai Taikai. But who even knows if the Sekai Taikai will allow all these dojos to compete now after all this craziness? We don't know. I think it's a great question. Nerd World doing the Rambo. Yeah. Relictify Stream says Kreese should not have escaped. I know he was so close to being set free. Kim says, fans, get your picket signs and take to the streets. Free Terry. I 100% agree. Jesse Cove fan, great to see you. Happy New Year. Wonderful. Yes. And Noir Jacques says, really good. Great likeness like young Kreese. Yeah. 100%. So No, Robana says the only other nostalgic show turned into a series recently would be the Santa Clauses. Yes, a messy final, but still got it done right. It's good to know that some other series have done it right. And then Marcia says, I think Kreese will die in the end, but in a redeemed way, maybe saving Johnny. That's interesting. I know that idea is popular too. That Kreese is going to die and he's going to redeem himself by dying. So we'll see what happens. Nelson Studio wants a Miyagi-Do spinoff and should be about Miyagi and Sato. Yes, we've seen young Sato. Very fascinating. It would be great to have him back to see Miyagi again. Kate says the secret to Cobra Kai success is that the writers know exactly when, where, and how much nostalgia needs to be dropped in a season, and they have never overwhelmed us with Miyagi's memory. Correct. They never have. Flip the script, can Bert win the Sakai Taikai? I think anything's possible. I mean, at this point, Bert will be fully grown. He could be a force to be reckoned with. Do not underestimate Bert. Not at all. Marianelle says maybe Kreese is looking for a friend, and this maybe is Colonel Dugan. I love that idea. There are many different ways that we could get Colonel Dugan into this series, and that could be one of them. I love it. I think it's great. So for 2023, guys, we had an amazing 2022. 2023, we're going to be focusing on speculation about season 6 of Cobra Kai. It looks like we may get information soon. If it happens, I am looking forward to getting expert opinions from everyone. All the guests that and we'll pool our knowledge and figure out what's going on, maybe with season 6. And then also 2023 is an interesting year. It is an anniversary year for my content. For those of you who followed my other life, as a filmmaker, obviously I've done other things regarding Bigfoot and IT and all that kind of stuff. Cobra Cole, you've probably seen. But even separate from that, I'm a filmmaker. I've done a lot of documentary filmmaking, especially on tornadoes and storm chasing. And I've done a lot. Some of my biggest projects actually have been with Reed Timmer, who is the most famous storm chaser in the world. And it's been 20 years since my PBS documentary, Tornado Glory. And it's been 10 years since the second season of Tornado Chasers, which I was the showrunner and executive producer for. So I think this year, following my social media and everything, I might regularly throw in stories about that time because it's pretty harrowing what happened. But it seems like we have a surge in interest about tornadoes. Steven Spielberg is executive producing a sequel to Twister called Twisters. So it seems like tornadoes might be back popular again. If you're interested in that, let me know. But I think you might see some of that from social media. Chris Klotz was saying that he was interested in some tornado content. So we'll see what we can do in 2023. But aside from that, let me know in the comments, are there things that you're interested in 2023? We have so many different projects, potentials. People brought up, the real Karate Kid 3, or not the real one, but like the one that never got produced, the script that got thrown away pretty quickly. Also, KenCast, we can keep doing this. I could go on location more if you guys like that, and we can go on location to different Karate Kid locations. So it's going to be a fun year. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It supports the channel. If you hit that notification bell, then you will get notified every time I put out a new live stream or a new video. So be sure to do that. Hit like as well. And thank you for all of your comments today. It's been wonderful spending New Year's Day with you. I hope your new year is off to a good start. If you're watching this on the replay, say hi down in the comments right below this video. Give us your thoughts and your ideas about this discussion. And also feel free to request if there's some kind of content that you want to see. Go ahead and request it, and we'll see what we can do. So it's been great spending time with you all. Robana says another members only KenCast would be great. Yeah, we're going to be doing those, and we had a members only before, and we'll see. Guys, if you're a channel member, if you support the channel, if you're a finalist or above, I'm going to be doing these. We've done one already, but these members only KenCasts where we actually have the members. If you want, you can appear on the KenCast as well. And I'm debating about whether doing this kind of in the big scale where really everyone can join in the comments, but maybe we'll have the members actually on talking about their ideas. So so that will be fun to do. Josh says, Ken Cole, you like tornadoes and animals like Bigfoot. Do you think do you like Tasmania, the cartoon? Honestly, like I don't think I've seen it. Like obviously I know about the Tasmanian devil, the Looney Tunes character, but if Tasmania is a different show, I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out if you think I might like it. So um Kim says, Terry, where is Miss Cheyenne? That's great. We're referring to Terry Johnson. I kind of wish Terry could have a girlfriend, but unsure if the series is long enough to have time for that. Yeah, it's a good question. What happened with Cheyenne, and when is Terry interested in having, a girlfriend, a long-term relationship? I don't know. Will we see that in the future? Aurelio says, God bless you, Sensei Ken. Great show. Well, thank you. I'm very honored, Aurelio. Thank you for your support. It's wonderful to see you. Kate, for the cost of one fast food breakfast, you too can be a KenCast member. Thank you. Yes. And honestly, guys, watching is an amazing support. Subscribing is amazing support. If you would like, and you are able to, being a member is fantastic. It helps keep the lights on, pay for all kinds of stuff like software, the streaming software, all this, any equipment I need to get that kind of breaks down, or if I need to expand and do things like go on location, and it really just helps cover expenses. So thank you so much. Flip the script. An in-depth Karate Kid 3 documentary would be awesome. Ken is the right person for the job. Yeah, that's something I was thinking about. Like, would it be possible to do like some kind of documentary on Karate Kid 3? That would be a lot of fun. I wonder how epic that would be to do. I think what I'd like to do definitely is continue with interviews and get more information about the production of Karate Kid 3, because we don't know much about it. And for whatever reason, Sony hasn't done much for their releases, their home video releases. So I'd be interested to get more information. If you are hungry for more information, check out my interview with Sensei William Christopher Ford. I learned things, and he's told me afterwards that he told stories in that he's never told before. So definitely check out that first part of my interview with Sensei William Christopher Ford if you're interested in Karate Kid 3. Osei says, who knows how to beat Kreese in the first game? Oh, that's a good question. It's if anyone has ideas, throw it in. We're about to end the stream. If you have ideas, put it in the comments below the video. See if we can all beat Kreese in the video game. And Brian says the way of the Cobra is not delicate. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for all of your comments. It's amazing talking with you. Look forward to 2023, getting to know all of you even more. And have a great 1st of January, 2023, and best wishes for a new year. I look forward to seeing you next time on KenCast.